Sweaty Complete Ultimate Mess. I guess that describes it. Hello my friends, how are you? Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. So I decided to do a get ready with me. It's been long overdue and I have this entire basket here of things that need to get put on my face and then put away because I can't take them being out anymore. And I figured I would just sit down and talk to you guys about a few things. I'm currently battling a headache, so if I seem a little bit low energy, that is the reason why. I am debating getting my fan out, even though it is noisy, because it's not too hot. I just think I'm having a hot flash. That's what I think is what's going on with me. I'm looking a little shiny because there is some sweat mixed with some skincare. Always a good combination. I'm going to quickly go through the things that I'm going to be using. I will list them down below. Because I'm doing a whole full face, yeah, a whole face, Leann, not just half of my face. I'm not going to name every product now or else it's going to be like a ridiculously long video. It's probably going to be ridiculously long anyway because I don't shut up, but you know, that's just me. The first thing I want to do is put on a primer, and I've gotten a lot of primers lately, I have to tell you. This one is that really stupidly expensive primer from Skin Inc. It has those little beady thingies in there that break up once you pump it out onto your hand. And it's supposed to be a glowy primer. Then in the same box, I actually got the Dominique Cosmetics primer as well. Let me put them all on my hands so you guys can take a look. In case you haven't seen the video, this one is a silicone, oh for goodness sakes, a silicone primer. Very much serum-like, like skincare. The Dominique Cosmetics is more of a gel consistency. This also has some slip to it, but it is not as thin as the other. This is called the Blur and Moisture Serum Primer. The exact name of this one is the Serum Glow Filter. And then I also have the Ciate London Dewy Skin Primer, which looks like this. And this one is more of a cream, but still slightly gel-like consistency. Yet they all seem to be giving me a very similar effect. So I think I'll try two different primers. The most unusual one I think I'm going to do is this one, the Skin Inc., because, you know, it's different and I've never heard of it, so why not try it? I'll put this one on this half of my face. Okay, I mean, it goes on extremely smoothly. It didn't seem to pill up on anything. Let's see what happens when I put my foundation on, and we'll see how, why can't I get the cover back on? We'll see how that works. On the other side, which one do I want to use? I'm going to do the Dominique Cosmetics. Why not? I think I've probably gotten about 6 primers in the last couple of months. Not complaining because I love primer. It's just eventually I'm going to have to share with somebody because I can't possibly go through them all. I think I have a bit more of a glow on this side. I also bought this Dominique Cosmetics Skin Gloss in the FabFitFun sale. I think that video just went up recently. Love the packaging. It is so beautiful. Love the way it closes. That's one of my favorite things. And essentially this is a very light liquid highlighter. Nope, not liquid. It is a cream highlighter. But I like to use these things all over my face before my foundation. This is quite thick, I will tell you that. Not the easiest to blend, but that's on me really. Because it's, I don't know whether it's meant for this. I don't know how well it mixes with sweat. And I have it in the color Golden Dew. Now, I don't know if you can see that, but it is clear back here. So what you're seeing is the actual product that's poured into here. I don't know why that's such an interesting touch to me, but I kind of like it. I'm going to use my Patrick Ta, like this is this their sleeping one? Everything is called a sleeping balm now. This is Softening Lip Mask. I use this during the day and at night. I don't think you have to limit it to just at night. And it also has a little bit of a sheen to it. It smells delicious. Doesn't taste so good, but it smells delicious. Ready. My skin feels kind of tacky. Now I do want to color correct because, as I said, there is something going on with my skin. It has been very, very weird after I had COVID. And I have this new one that I'm trying, but it's a little bit drying. It's the Pixie by Petra. This is the Correcting Concentrate in Awakening Apricot. And this is the Milani Supercharged Brightening Under Eye Tint. As you can see, the Pixie one is a lot darker. The Pixie one have been using on some of my melasma that's popped up on other areas of my face lately. And my stubborn ones, which are right here, which I know is from the years of sun damage that I did when I was younger. Whenever I would burn, I would most definitely burn over here. And, you know, you don't realize it when you're younger, but it definitely takes a toll on your skin. The regrets we have from our childhood. I'm now going to take the Milani and I'm going to put that one underneath my eyes. I mentioned I had not been taking care of my skin for the 2 to 3 weeks of the ordeals that I went through, and there was definitely a noticeable difference. I'll be right back. I have to go take some more Advil for my headache. I'm telling you, any headache that my acupressure practices don't cure, and I have to resort to some type of Advil or something, you know that it's a bad one, for goodness sakes. Just like a precursor, I hate giving these warnings, but not warnings. I don't even know what the terminology should be, but I just want to say that whatever I talk about in this video, I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm not looking for, oh, woe is me. I'm just sharing my life with you guys, as I like to do. And I know that sometimes other people can be going through it too. So if my story helps somebody else, or anybody has any advice, you know, I'm open to it. And I love talking to you guys. So please don't think that whatever I say today is that poor me attitude. I know that a lot of people have it bad in this world, and it's not just me. So anyway, now that I got that out of the way, I'm going to try the Nude Sticks Tinted Cover Foundation, which I did receive in one of my boxes. I've tried it a couple of times. I recently got several new foundations, including the KVD Good Apple. I tried it once and I have some ideas. So if you want to see that one used as well, let me know. But I'm going to give this one another shot. I'm also using the new Yensa sponge that we received. I brought out my 2 backups just in case. Oh, for goodness sakes. Clara, my friend Clara Barrera, she always drops things too. Anyway, this is a bit of a firm sponge, so let's see how it works. This is a good color for me. So, what are these big changes that are gonna go on in my life in probably the next few months? You obviously know what has happened in the past month. As of right now, it was just a month and a couple of days since my dad died, and a month before that my Baxie died. And so, and then of course, you know, I also had COVID, which I'm still not quite right from. It looks pretty good, but it doesn't cover up anything. I just want to see if I can build it up just a teeny tiny bit on some of my problem areas. So let's just say I have to move and I don't have a lot of time in which to do it. The house has to be sold. The house that I'm living in, the house that I grew up in, the house that my dad put his blood, sweat, and tears into to give us a home back in 1977. I now have to go through the 50 years worth of stuff and do something with it and find myself a place to live, because my name was not on the mortgage. This have to happen, and at a pace that I'm probably not comfortable with, but has to get done. I got a little baby Boing concealer in my Ipsy. Can Stop and Light Cool. I don't use cool concealers. I don't know why they sent it to me, but nonetheless, we're gonna try it out. I really don't have anywhere to go today. We'll try this sponge. And by the way, the sponge applied everything just fine, just so you know. I mean, it's not too bad, at least in this mirror. I have no idea what it would look like in my other mirror, but that's okay. So, the actual cool tone of it, I don't think it did such a bad job. I also have this concealer, which I love. It is the Yensa BB and CC Full Coverage Concealer in Light Neutral. This is a concealer made for aging under eyes. It almost looks like a mascara tube. But what I want to use it for is to cover some of my melasma. As I mentioned in my last video, it's like I wonder what has been aging me so quickly. I look back at my videos just a year or two ago and I see such a change in my skin. Granted, I've been through more stress and more trauma and more things than I think a lot of people have in such a short amount of time. I'm sure there are people who have, but for me, it's been a lot. I have a few different bronzer thingies that I want to try, and this is a cream, so I want to put it on before I do my powder products, and most of the time I forget to do that. At least when I'm getting ready in the morning, I have all to do to keep my brain together, never mind remembering all the steps and things that I have to do. I have a whole bunch of brushes. Oh my goodness. And I'm not complaining because I love getting brushes, but these are just some of the brushes that we have gotten recently. This time I did wash them. What a concept. This is the Illamasqua, yeah, I think so, that I got in, you guys will know, and the one that I was like shocked when I saw it, and then I put it on, I was like, where is it? Where did it go? And it's still kind of doing that. You can see it a little, but literally, I mean, okay. So what we're going to do is tap it on. Do I see anything? It really definitely, it took my makeup off, that's for sure. Yeah, you can see there's no more concealer there. Okay, now I see a little something. All right, at least in the viewfinder. It completely took my makeup off. Alrighty. I mean, it comes off on here. It's hard to tell. My viewfinder's not that far away, but it's far enough away, if you know what I mean. So it's really hard for me to get a good judgment. And in the mirror, I mean, it's the slightest hint, but maybe that's all it's meant to be. We'll see. Alrighty. I also want to try on the iconic London multi-use sculpting palette. Beautiful packaging, gets completely fingerprinty, doesn't bother me. This is a cream palette, as you can see here. I personally wish that they would just have two separate versions, because anybody who gets this, you're not going to be able to use all of the colors, and I like to do that. So I'm going to take this mid-tone with the same brush. I'm tapping it in. Oh, okay. It does come with 3 lighter colors as well, which I may utilize. Let's do my spongy sponge here and tap this in. Well, I will say it is quite blendable. That is a good thing. It looks nice. Upon first application, it was a little bit scary when I first put it on, but I like the way it blended out. It was very creamy, and let's see how like powder goes on top of it. And I didn't mention that these are the, what are you called? These are the Laruce beauty brushes. So I used that big one, and then I used this one, which is kind of for eyes, but it has that angle, so I thought I would use it to like sculpt and, you know, do those extra steps that I never have the time to do. Sweaty Complete Ultimate Mess. I guess that describes it. I have 2 powders here. I have the OPV translucent powder and the Pink Lips setting loose setting powder. I'm going to try one on one side, one on the other. Very cute packaging. Reminds me so much of Ciate London. It has your classic sifter. This one has a bit of a yellow tone to it, but it doesn't come out of the sifter very easily. I'm going to use my Beautylish Lunar New Year brush. And this one is the Pink Lips. Yeah, you really have to tap a lot. Oh, when I just put this on, it completely highlighted my melasma spots. They look absolutely terrible. I look like a leopard. So that's the that's a pink lip side. It didn't really change the color of anything, except those spots are highlighted, but maybe that's because I didn't put any concealer on them. I don't know. Let's try the OPV Beauty. It went from one that doesn't come out at all to this that comes out too much. I'm going to use this brush, which is so gorgeous, with the daisies in there from Farrah Beauty. I know it's a smaller one, but let's see how this sets my under eyes. Drum roll, please. I'm going to use this brush, which is from Hip Dot. Hey, if I regret this, I'm not, as I said, I'm not going anywhere. So I've been loving the Urban Decay powder for underneath my eyes lately. And again, this is the pink lips. As of right now, I think they look okay, but you can still see my dark circles tremendously. It's like that Boing, what's the fur? Why do I have fur? It's like that Boing concealer just like disappeared. It may be cakeless, but it also disappeared. Now I have the Ciate London Bamboo Bronzer. Again, most of these products are things that I got in my boxes. And there it is. I do like the embossing that Ciate London puts on their products. Here's the other Laruce brush. You could use this for a bunch of things, but let's try this out. Well, wow, it's very powdery. Let me just swatch it on my hand. It's kind of orangey, so I'm a little concerned, but let's find out. Well, the good thing is it's fairly light on my skin, so it's not overbearing. It actually just looks more sun-kissed than orangey on me and my skin tone anyway. I mean, it's pretty okay. It goes on nicely, not streaky. As I said, it's not a lot lighter than I thought. It is lighter, and I kind of like that. I don't want anything too dramatic. On camera, you have to do more dramatic makeup, but I'm not doing it really for camera. I'm kind of doing it for real life. As for blush, oh no, it's a cream blush. Should I try putting this on top of my my powder? We're going to. This is beautiful. This is the Natasha Denona blush and highlighter in Cupid Cheek Duo. I'm going to use this really large brush that is also from Farrah and gently tap this on my cheeks and see how it goes on top of powder. I'm glad I'm not going to work. Let's say that. I do not like experimenting with products when I have to go to work because I don't have time to fix it. Okay, it's going on. I'm talking about things and like people say, well, you know, if you don't have the time, stop doing your videos and, concentrate on what you have to do. There's a couple of things for that. One, my videos do make me money. Two, this is the only thing in life right now that is bringing me joy, is sitting down in front of this camera. And yeah, I do it when I don't feel good and I push myself through, but I'm pushing myself through just to get to work every day. And it's not something that I want to do. I don't want to get up at 4:30 in the morning. I don't want to have to push myself through, but I have to. So I'm going to push myself through to do things that I actually enjoy doing, and this is one of them. So I guess I kind of get a little frustrated when people say, don't waste your time with that, because for me it's not a waste of time. It's my sanity saver. I forgot that I do want to swatch these for you, both of them on my hand. Now if you notice, the cream blush is really on the light side, so you can just build it up, and that highlighter is absolutely stunning. I wanted to use this highlighter, but I have two highlighters that my friend gave me, and they are just adorable. It went on top of my powder without ruining anything, and that's a goal for me. That's a win-win. I'm going to save my highlighter till last. I do want to do my brows. Now I have a whole bunch of brow stuff to try. I even have a couple of things that I picked up in, where was it, CVS? from Iconic London. Now this is that brow setting gel. What's the exact name of it? That would be nice, right? The Brow Silk Kit. And it's a clear, it reminds me of the Patrick Ta, but you get this lovely toothbrush. Then I'm just going to brush my brows up first. And let's try this, and then I'll use the colored ones. Hopefully I'm doing that in the right order. If it turns out to be a disaster, oh well. So I don't do the whole fluffy, you know, brow thingy that the kids are doing. You know you're old when you say that. But I do like to have my brows set and neat. Can feel it a little bit in my brows, and if you touch the brows, they do feel sticky. But we're gonna go with it for right now. So the only other brow thing I have is the Rowan Wow Brow, and this one, which is from Iconic London, I think. Nope, this one is from Koki, and it's in dark brown, and this one was very, very dry when I first tried it. I don't even think that I attempted to try this one, but let's see. I've been dying to try Rowan eyeshadows. I have not. Oh, okay, it does have a spoolie, which is great, as they should. And I love the micro tip on this. Maybe I did try this on my hand for you guys. Okay, now that I have a hole in my hand, there's that one. This one is a little bit better. It's a little warmer. See that one? And you see that one's cooler toned. Let's try. Yeah, that is extremely warm. I can tell you that the brow wax definitely aided in that going on. I'm using the Rowan, because that other one is too reddish brown. Man, that's a lot of effort for not much payoff, I gotta say. The Koki goes on better, but it's too warmish brown, and this one, like, you're barely getting anything. It's taking me way too long to do my brows. There's so many that I like better, unless this one is just dried out. The palette that I wanted to use is the Flight Club palette, because all of you guys, at least the ones who saw my video that I happened to mention, yeah, you said that you really liked the look I did, so I wanted to play with it again, and you know how much I love purples. This is from Menagerie Cosmetics. It is currently sold out. As of the last time that I checked. I don't know. I'm going to link it again. I'm hoping that it comes back in stock soon. This is my first foray into their shadows, and so far I've been loving it. I've been wearing it pretty regularly. I also have this shadow shield from Shadow Moon. Just got this in my box. I don't know if I put it up yet. It is a silicone guard or guide or whatever. It has a thicker side for you to grip onto, and this is very malleable, very soft, and you're supposed to use it to protect, I guess, from fallout or what have you. They also say that you can like put it in the refrigerator or the freezer for a cooling effect. I love that at the moment because I'm sweating my tuchus off. And to me, my under eyes look absolutely horrendous. I don't know, I don't think that I like that concealer whatsoever. I will give it another shot. Are the other brushes that came in the Luxie set. This is a liner brush, which I probably won't use today. These are two kind of flat shaders. This one's supposed to be a concealer. Again, I don't use concealer brushes, and I will use this for something. Do I have any other ones? Yeah, I have this one from Farrow, which is that duo fiber, which is really kind of strange. I may use this for one of the lighter colors or for blending. I have a Wet n Wild, and then I do have a dual-sided brush here. These are not really all the brushes that I would use. I may have to go get some of my others, but let's just give it a shot. So I'm going to do a different look than I used the last time. The first thing I want to do is put this downside up color all over to like set, basically. I should use a primer, but I'm not going to today. I like it because it just gives a bit of a base, but it's not overbearing. I'm going to go right into this pink color called A Little Baddie. Let's see how this shadow shield does. I mean, honestly, what a pain, like having to hold it, you know what I mean? But if it protects you from fallout, that'd be great. I don't remember if I got any fallout from this, to be honest. I don't remember much these days. That's the whole thing, guys. I'm not doing well. I put up a good front and I put my best face forward, but I'm not doing well. The daunting task of going through this house and, you know, selling it is tough. I'm not going to get into the finances of things, but things aren't going to be easy for me moving forward. And that's why I was talking about my boxes. But yet I still have to have some expenses. If I'm making money on my channel, I still need something to offset those expenses. So I'm kind of in a conundrum. My thoughts about everything have been scattered and I haven't been able to concentrate. I can't do a lot of things right now. Again, I don't know what's causing it. Is it the grief? Is it my MS acting up? Is it something from COVID left over? I am very much a why person, and the not knowing what's going to happen, the not knowing what's going on with me right now is extremely frustrating and kind of makes me angry a lot of the time. I think this brush is going to be too big. This is from Luxie, but I want to take Flying Fox and I want to do my crease. I said I think this is going to be too big. Now, if you didn't know, I don't get my summers off. I work all summer long. So it's not like time is on my side, you know what I mean? I'm going to take a little baddie again. That's exactly how I feel. And I'm going to put it on my lower lash line. Let's take this little duo fiber brush. It has nothing on it and I just want to see how it blends. It's very soft and it seems to be doing a good job. I would love to see how it applies the shadow, but I'm just not willing to take that risk at the moment. You know what the hey, I'm going to take that color again and just go back over here and see if I can add a little bit. The only thing this doesn't have for me is like a super deep color or like a black. I can just pull a black from the outer edge, but because it's so vibrant, I want some depth so you don't see my overhang of my lid. That's the only thing I'm particularly missing, but that's okay. I do want to take again downside up that really light color, which I'm very grateful that they have, and go just up here. Using the Too Faced brush, what colors do I want to wear as far as the shimmers? This is my favorite one. I want to use it all the time. The Fruity Feast. It is just so pretty on the eyes. This is what I had all over my lid when you guys saw the look that I did. Let's use After Dark on the edge here. It looks red, but it's purple duochrome. Now you can see it's a little bit red. I don't know how it shows up on the camera. It just amazes me that it's red at 1 minute and pretty purple the next. Because sometimes with shimmers you will get fallout, but I don't remember. That's pretty. What other color do I want to do? I haven't used Nocturnal too much. I think I'll do that one. Flip the brush over. Oh, look at that. Said I like shadows that I can apply using a brush. I don't always like using my finger. I'm going to use my finger on this side so you can see the difference in the application. I think it goes on more intense with my finger, but again, I like the precision of the brush. So, and I personally think that a shadow, a good shadow, should go on just as easily with a brush as it does with your finger. The brightness of that color is just what gets me every time. I'm going to take the little concealer brush and I just want to use this Pretty Feast color that, you know, I just told you that I loved, and I want to do just a bit because it's a little bit more sparkly. on the inner corner, just a touch. And then I'm going to use my highlighter there as well. I think I've basically used every single color in this so far. I forgot that I had these brushes too, gosh darn it. This is another Luxie brush set, very, very different for Luxie. I was in a collaboration, and again, it just has a concealer, an angled eye brush, and then a fluffy powder brush. This one I said is just a little bit more narrow. I can't use this for my highlighter, but that's okay. I'll find something else for that. Alrighty. I have this Jelly's Beauty eyeliner. It's the eyeliner stamp, but this one comes with a thick liner, and it is a felt tip liner on one side, and the stamp on the other. I don't know whether did I try this already? Did I try it in my last Get Ready With Me? I don't know. We're going to try it now. Since my eyes have gotten so hooded, winged eyeliner is like horrendous for me. I did try this in my last Get Ready With Me. Now I remember, and it was a disaster. We're gonna do it again anyway. Okay, now that went on not badly, but as soon as I, keep my eye at its natural state, it drops that wing, that little tip down. And yes, wings can be done on people with hooded eyes and people with older hooded eyes, but it is a process. You have to draw a very odd shape, so when you close your eye, you don't just have a nice little straight wing that the little young chickies can do. You have this awkwardly shaped kind of triangle thing, and yeah, it's possible, and when your eyes are open it looks beautiful, but regular normal people, at least for me, with the amount that I work, I don't have the time. So normally I just take my eyeliner just to the edge, but this is just having fun today. See, as soon as I drop my eye, do you see how distorted that little thing looks? That's why these are really not good, and I probably didn't even do it evenly. Nonetheless, I'm going to try again with this fat tip here. This glides on nicely, I'll tell you that. But since I already used it in the other video, I should probably know, right? Well, honestly, that's not horrendous. You know what? Let me just try this for a minute. Oh, I know what I'll do this for. Is this liquid or is this... Oh, it's a liquid. Oh, and it's a little tiny baby. And that's really dark. Let me try doing that on this side. Oh, I just blinked my eye and totally messed it up. And this eye looks absolutely terrible. So what yours truly is going to do is take a little bit of concealer and go over that horrific little thing. And I'm going to take it on this Luxie brush. And now I'm going to take the eyeshadow and fix it. Hopefully I have fixed that efficiently enough. I don't know, I think they go on the two liners, that is, both nicely, but this one goes on kind of in one swipe, and this one I had to go over a couple of times, which is why I blinked my eye when I stuck myself with it. So, okay. These things are great, as I said, for the young who don't have hooded eyes. The stamps, I think, are perfect because it gives you that guideline. But I could make it work, but it's just, as I said, way too complicated for c'est moi. Since we're just playing with every single item on my table thing in front of me, let's use the Persona Cosmetics Brow Gel. It has just a little baby Christmas tree. That's not bad. The color is really good, And if you'll notice, it didn't, except for a little tiny bit over here, which I just fixed, it didn't really go outside of my brow line. I have my little Tower 28 setting spray here. Before I put on my highlighter, I want to spray my face. Don't talk before you do it. It's a little wet and aggressive, but I do really like it. Okay, now I have these two highlighters from ZC Cosmetics. I love ZC Cosmetics. The only reason I don't get their subscription box is because I'm afraid of getting some funky lip colors. I'd rather just buy what I want to get because they do have a lot of sales. But hello, there are kittens. My amazing friend Pamela from Granny Beauties and Boxes over 65 sent these to me. I think a lot of you are subscribed to her, but please go subscribe to her. She's just amazing. And will you look at these, please? I mean, first of all, wait. It's in Chinese. I can't read it, but look what these do. They're spinners. I mean, can you stand the cuteness factor of this? I just want to play with them all day. Look. The simplest things amuse your girl. These are two different ones. This one has a goldish and kind of a bronziness to it. I have not tried these because I didn't want to ruin the kitten on them, but now I'm going to. There it is. It's kind of subtle. The powder's a little dry. It's the first time I've even stuck my finger in these, and she gave these to me quite a while ago. And this one has a pinkiness and gold to it, which this is the one I think I'm going to wear. And there's that one. I think the pinky one is a little bit more blingy. So it is quite subtle, but that's okay because the cuteness factor of these is more than anybody could ever possibly want, dream of, or imagine. This is too dense to be a highlighter brush, but I do like it. I should have used this for my cream contour, actually. Yeah, okay. I found a highlighting brush. Let's see how this goes on. Okay, it's definitely, I'm just swirling it all over. It is definitely more on the subtle side, which some of you may enjoy. Okay, no, I can build it up a little bit. Look at that. It is definitely building up. But it's not enhancing any texture. It's kind of just looking like glowy skin to me. I like it. Okay, now that I've finally tried them for the first time on camera, I can actually put them into my collection and use them. I was debating. I was like, do I want to open a new mascara? And you know what? I really don't care anymore. I keep saying when I get them, like, okay, I'm not going to open it. And then I open it. And yeah, oh well. So this is also from Rowan, and it is their Cake. It says Cake, but it's mascara and it's black. Love the packaging. Oh, you know what I want to do first? Wait, see, discombobulated. I do want to use this. I got this in one of my boxes, and it's a lip plumper, and it like burns like crazy, and I absolutely love it. It says TYS Beauty Ipsy. It was obviously made for it. It is just a clear gloss with a little bit of, not shimmer, just I'd say glimmer. I immediately feel the tingling, and I like it. Okay, with this mascara, it has your classic Christmas tree shaped wand, and it is not plastic bristles. Let's see how you do. No primer, so I can really give this a good go. Okay, I'd say it's lengthening, but it's not really thickening. All right, let's see if you can see a difference. That's just with one coat. In the viewfinder, I cannot, but I think I'm too far away. I mean, I see a difference. As I said, it definitely made them a little bit darker, and it definitely lengthened them. But it's not going to give you that thick fluffy. What I do like about it is it did not clump at all. It separated my lashes really, really nicely. Let's try on the bottom lash line. It helps if you don't, you know, touch your face with it. I mean, it's definitely subtle. We'll put it that way. You know what this would be good for? If I actually wore false eyelashes, this would be a very good one to use with false eyelashes because it's not clumpy and everything. It would just give you a nice base. Mascaras are very subjective because everyone has different needs with their lashes. Mine are naturally long and they naturally curl up. But I think maybe if you had or if you had sparse lashes, or you were looking for something to make them really, really thick, you may or may not like this. Let's see what happens when I add a second layer. Yeah, okay, it did not clump up on the second layer either, but again, if you have sparse lashes, there's no thickness with this, so that may be an issue for you. Okay, now for lips. I think I want to go like light because it's so like dramatic, and I don't look great in dark lipstick either. I got this gift, this Chanel gift. It came with, I think, a little powder, what else, or a blush, and this lipstick. Let's see what this is. This is Rouge Cocoa Bloom in 116. It's very balm-like, and let's see. That is pretty. I've never owned anything Chanel before. The packaging is simple but pretty. Has a little bit of a clear top there. Not something I need a lip liner for. And I love the fuzzy velvet. Hi, Wynn. Come here. She's been making her way on camera a lot lately. Can you say hello to everyone, please? Can you say hi to everyone? They all love you. Oh, you're growling. And they say you're really pretty. So can you please say thank you? No? Yeah, she's not having it. I love her, but she's such a biatch. Wow, am I actually done? How long did that take me? Oh, about an hour and a half or so. I'm going to have to cut this video down a lot. So let's talk about a couple of things. I would really like to buy more from them, but from what I am hearing, they're out of stock a lot, so you got to be right on the ball when you see these puppies come back in stock. The brushes, I mean, they're just brushes. None of them, like, except for, of course, you know, my Beautylish brush. I mean, they're just brushes. They're okay. There's nothing inherently bad about them, but I don't think they're going to be my favorite. This, as I said, I've tried it before. It's sitting well on my skin. I can't wait to go into my other room, my bedroom rather, and see how it works. But I think I could make this work. There's very few foundations that are working well on my skin these days. The Shadow Shield, I'm going to have to give some more love and see if it actually works well. I like all of the primers that I used, or at least I should say both of the primers that I used, because I didn't see any difference in how my makeup went on top of them, and I think I got a similar look for both. The Natasha Denona, I'm going to have to give this some more love. It's very light, which I totally like and appreciate, and especially that it went on top of the powder nicely. I won't be so afraid of it. I don't have to keep it in this anymore. I just love the red packaging. I mean, A+ for that. The brows, I was not really thrilled with anything. That iconic brow stuff, the you know, fluffy, whatever, the toothbrush cracks me up. I kind of like it, and I think I would even like it if I didn't put any color in my brows, which is really nice. The Persona Brow Gel, I'm digging on. The Ciate London Bronzer, even though it's like more of a warmer tone, I think it still worked for me. The Boing Concealer, not really. I mean, yeah, no, I still can see everything going on underneath the eyes. Both of these powders are nice. I have a ton of powders, and so honestly, whatever I grab for is what I'm using. There's only a couple that I think I'm going to be getting rid of because they sit, I have the little white dots in my pores when I use them, and I'm not into that. The Illamasqua bronzer, I may give it some love. I think it'll be really good if I'm not wearing makeup and I just want a little bit of something because it is so subtle. This was a nice sponge. I like it. I'm going to keep using it. This, as I said, I do like it. The liner stamp, if you're young, give it a shot. So I probably won't use that side, but I will continue to use the other side. These highlighters are beautiful. They're subtle. They don't show my texture. They're adorable. They will never, ever leave my collection. Not only because of the cuteness factor, because Pamela gave it to me, and I love Pamela. And again, don't forget to check her out. This Iconic London is really nice. I said it's scary because of the darkness of the colors, but they blended out really quite nicely. I don't know how much I'm going to use these guys. Maybe as concealers, I really don't know, but I will definitely keep using it. I also have the Aesthetica one, which is very similar to this, and I have been having the same experience with that as well. I don't think I forgot anything. I have a complete mess in front of me over here that I have to clean up, but I really did enjoy finally getting to sit down and play with my makeup and talk to you guys. And I know I don't have any conclusion to my story, because right now my story is an open book. I have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow, and it's all up in the air, and I know I didn't go into much detail, but maybe I will try to, if I can organize my thoughts. I'm hoping that all of these symptoms and things that I have going on are going to subside, whether they're mental stress or physical stress or whatever. I hope I can figure it all out. Lipstick on the teeth. But I do have to thank you guys for being so amazingly supportive. You are all over this country and all over this world, and you're there for me. You've been there for me. You have great advice, and you just offer so much to my life that sometimes I really don't have the words to say thank you. Again, I love you guys, and of course, whatever part of the world you're in and around, I hope you're having an amazing day, an amazing night, depending upon when you are watching this, and I will see you really soon in my next video. Much love. Bye.